Today we're baking up a pepperoni and jalapeno focaccia pizza. So we're first going to be working on the base of the pizza, which will be our focaccia dough. So first I have some flour, next I have some salt, sugar, some instant yeast. Next I'm going to add in some warm water and then some olive oil. With our ingredients mixed together, we're now going to let this sit for about 15 minutes. Now that it's been 15 minutes, we're going to start our folding process. And so I'm going to be taking a wet hand and grabbing a corner of my focaccia dough and putting it in the center of itself. And then we'll be rotating the bowl as we do it. Now that we've done the first fold, we're going to let it rest for 15 minutes and then we're going to do it again 3 more times. Now that we've officially finished our folding process, we're going to let this sit at room temperature for about 1 hour. While our focaccia continues to rise, we're going to work on our pizza sauce now. So I have some tomatoes, some basil, olive oil, red oregano, some garlic cloves, and then salt and pepper. Also some crushed red pepper. Alright, so our dough is risen. I'm just going to add a little bit more olive oil to our pan. And so now I'm going to carefully transfer this to the pan. So now with the dough added, we're going to carefully flip it over so all parts are covered in olive oil. Now that we flipped it, we're going to let it continue rising for 1 more hour. Alright, so we can see our dough is risen, so now with my old fingers, I'm going to be dimpling it. And then I'll also add some of the pizza sauce on top now too. And then I've seen in videos people dimple with pizza sauce, so I'm also going to do that. So before we continue adding other toppings, we're going to put this in the oven for a little bit. So while our focaccia is going through the first bake, I'm just going to chop up these jalapenos. And I'm just going to leave the seeds, but you can take them out if you want. Now we're going to add on the remaining toppings. So I have some additional sauce. Then do some mozzarella, and I just got this from Trader Joe's. I then have some of those jalapenos. And you can definitely do pickled if you want, I just chose not to. And then I have some pepperoni. So now I'll get this back in the oven for a little bit. Alright, so I literally just pulled this out of the oven and I made some garlic butter, so we're just going to add some on top. Alright, so it's been about 10 minutes. I want to take this out of the pan now, or at least attempt to. So I was able to get the pizza out and I put it back in the oven without the pan just so it can get nice and crunchy on the outside. Now we're officially going to cut into it. So I think it baked up nicely, definitely letting it bake outside of the pan, let it get nice and crispy, which is great. But now for the best part, I get to eat it. I love the crispiness of the outer edge and then it's nice and soft on the inside. The sauce is really nice. You get some of the oregano, some of the garlic, and some of the basil. And then jalapeno and pepperoni are always my favorite pizza toppings. Putting this together was super easy and you can definitely do whatever toppings you'd like. You can find ingredients in the caption and the full recipe on my newsletter soon.